Hi, on today's episode of Not Wasting Your Time, we're gonna have a look at glass bed for your 3D printer. Firstly, we're gonna talk about why to use it, what are the advantages of using a glass bed, and secondly, we're gonna talk about how to set it up properly for PLA. Alright, let's talk about the first part. Why do we use a glass bed? Well, firstly, if you are using any of the cheaper I'd say 3D printers, as I do, this is Anet A8. The bed is usually not perfectly flat, which is not very good, obviously, for your prints. Therefore, you put a glass on it, which is always very flat. The second advantage is that you don't have to hassle with the blue tape. You know, it's much easier to use a piece of glass just like this. The third part is it's very easy to remove the prints after they cool off, or after the glass cools off rather, from it, because they just release beautifully. Now in the second part we're going to talk about how to set this glass plate up for printing in PLA. Alright, so you've got this piece of glass which is cut perfectly to the size of your bed. So first thing you have to do is to apply some hairspray on the printing surface. Why? Because the polymer in the hairspray is gonna help your prints or the first layer to stick to the heat bed. It's just your regular hairspray, one of the cheapest on the market, works very well. Right, so you just take the glass like this. And put like a nice heavy coat on there. Right. I think that should be enough. Just make sure you don't miss any spots. And now it's just time to let it dry. If you just leave it on the table, it's gonna dry for about an hour, I think, hour or two, depending on how thick your coat is. But alternatively, you can put it on your bed, heat it underneath to 60 degrees, and it's gonna dry in no time. I think like 10 or 15 minutes, and it's gonna be nicely baked and you can start printing. What are the temperatures, you ask? For PLA, I'm usually setting up the bed to 60 degrees and it works perfectly pretty much all the time. Alright, so now you can put your glass on the heat bed. To secure it, I find it best to use those fold back office clips, which are plenty strong enough and they are tiny as well, so they don't get in the way. So you just put a few of them around the build plate like this. Right, so you've got your heat bed in place, the hairspray is on, so you can easily print any object you like. Once it is printed, you have to wait before you try to pull the object off the heat bed, or of the glass rather. You usually can hear this kind of cracking noise as the build plate releases your print. So once you hear this cracking noise, it means that your print releases, so just wait a few more minutes and you can just take it off easily. If you want to speed up the process, of course, of the cool down, you can just take it off the heat bed. Alright, so when you've printed some parts, you obviously take some of the hairspray off your build plate, so you would like to apply a new one, of course. But there are spots where the hairspray still is, so I usually clean the glass bed. I'm using your regular window cleaner and some paper towels, which are perfect. You know, just clean everything off and put nice new coat of hairspray on it. The glass bed with the hairspray is perfect for PLA, but to my knowledge it works with PETG and ABS as well as some other filaments, of course. I would definitely recommend using a glass bed. Alright, I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. Thank you very much for watching and I'm gonna see you next time. Bye!